Hey everybody, welcome to my Power of Connection channel and broadcast today. It's Monday. My name is Umar. Sorry I'm starting a bit late today. A lot of stuff going on Mondays I find, so I wasn't able to get to it. Had a call to deal with. But hey, today I want to share with you a really interesting update in regards to my health update when it comes to keto. And I did one on our own keto and my health journey with diabetes and weight loss and blood sugar and keto and all that kind of stuff a while back, but it got cut off. So I think I want to do it now and invite you to join me for the discussion. So if you are just joining in now, by all means, first of all, happy Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Let me know, comment below. Let me know where you're signing in from. Are you from North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia? Let us know where you're from. And today we're going to talk about a really important topic, which is really all about health journeys, and I'm going to share a bit of my keto life update, but also encourage you to share your thoughts on what you do to maintain a healthy lifestyle and how do you incorporate that into your professional lives, because you know a better you is a better everything else. And so that's really what I want to talk about today. So if you're joining us, comment below, let me know where you're from. Number two, if you like what you're hearing, but by all means, do like and clap and heart and light bulb and face stuff, and share the love on the stream itself. And then outside of that, ask any question you want around the journey for yourself, whether it's a health journey, whether it's a keto journey, whether it's a food journey, whether it's a fitness journey. I'd love to hear from you, because I think for me it's a great way for us to share with others. And again, tag people joining the conversation. You can share this on your own page and tag people, but let's get people private conversation to join the discussion and share. So I'll start with the keto thing, which is I've been struggling with my weight for many years, and for the past 5-6 years, I've been doing a journey called Fit in My Life, where I try to get more fit in my life, but I'm also trying to make everything fit in my life, and that's probably a big challenge for most of us, because life balance is very difficult. There's work, there's family, there's kids, there's friends, there's social, there's fitness, there's so much stuff you have to figure out, and so for me, it's been a big challenge for me. This year, I decided to finally try keto, and so what I did was I did a 30-day challenge. 30 days was like, 30 days, even if I didn't like it or if I hated it, at least it would have ended in 30 days. But I wanted to see what would happen. And what I can tell you is that in 30 days, and I was pretty good about being mostly strict about it, probably 95 to 90% strict on, no sugar, no carbs, and the stuff that I was eating and being mindful of eating better. And I can tell you that my appetite went down, the binges went to zero. I lost a lot of weight. I lost 23 pounds in 30 days, which is a lot, and more than what's healthily advised. But it actually worked out really well. And for a big person like myself, it's easy to lose that kind of weight. That type of bout is not excessive, but it certainly was a big start. And then I started doing the 30 days, plus I took the 10 days off. Then another 30 days, and took another 10 days off, and did 21 days. And I started doing it over a 100-day period. And I can tell you the net results have been amazing, which is overall I've lost about 35 pounds. And that's pretty good. In fact, it's very good, because it's giving me the momentum, it's giving me more energy, it's giving me more clarity, it's giving me more hope. And what I thought I'd do today is share kind of what happened, both the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then leave it to you to share your thoughts on, if you have any thoughts or comments on, I'd love to hear kind of your stories. Maybe you can share a bit more about what you guys are doing, and any challenges you might have with keto and whatnot. And also maybe there's things that you could do that you may want to share with us, with the audience. So I do thank you for joining the discussion, and love to hear more from you. Okay, so be sure to comment below. Let me know where you're from. Let me know your thoughts on health and wellness and how it applies to your personal journeys. And then we'll go from there. All right, so let's get into the first part. So the first 30 days, great success, lost 23 pounds. Then when I went off of it, what was interesting was that I started to incorporate a few carbs in my life. But what was interesting was the mindset shift, because for me, I started to see carbs as a treat, which is a really great way to shift the mindset into just carbs being an overall base of, let me just pile on all this stuff on top of rice or on top of pasta, or have all this bread, and then it'd be the base for things. I started to see rice and pasta and bread as a treat, which is again a great mindset shift. The other thing I found really helpful was that my appetite went down significantly. So the first and the hardest part is getting past the first 2 weeks, because the first 2 weeks of keto is difficult. There's the keto flu. You're tired, you're fatigued, you have headaches. I also decided to give up caffeine at the same time, and it was very, very challenging. So for a lot of people, that's where they really falter. They can't get past that first 2 weeks of doing it, and then it's a challenge for them. So I did that 30 days, had the success. Then I went off for 10 days while I was traveling on a speaking tour in Africa and Europe. And that's where things were still pretty good. I started to eat carbs a little bit, but I kind of saw carbs as a treat. I didn't actually go excessive on carbs, if I had a chance to. And I only took on carbs that I thought were really, really like, a good opportunity, like having some really fresh European bread. Okay, I had some carbs. But normally I wouldn't go for carbs unless I saw it as an opportunity for something really nice and a treat. And so over that period of 10 days, I still lost 2 pounds. Why? Because my appetite had decreased. And how much had it decreased? I can tell you that aside from binging, where you eat a lot of food, my normal appetite of food, my appetite went down by about 70%. So instead of one plateful of food, maybe a half a plate of seconds, I was eating maybe half a plate of food. That's basically what I would eat. I wouldn't be hungry anymore. I might have some protein, some vegetables, maybe a few nuts, and I was good. And that made a big difference. So even during the 10 days off in Europe and Africa, I lost 2 more pounds. So then I decided to do 21 days of keto. And so in this time, in the 21 days, I lost another 13 pounds. So now at this point, I'm having a lot of momentum, which is great. Because at this point, I've lost about 30 pounds or so. And it was actually really empowering. The other big thing that happened was having done this, and this is going to be hard to explain, okay? But all my entire life, I'll be very vulnerable here, very authentic with you, okay? And be very honest. All my life, I've never felt in control of my weight and my food intake. I've always felt like I felt the need to binge. I felt like I loved eating. I felt like I didn't have control over my eating. Or I had control in small snippets, but in terms of a lifelong control, I didn't think I had it. I kind of accepted the fact that I'd probably have binges the rest of my life. But during the keto phase, I never binged at all, which is kind of neat. And I always thought that, I would struggle my whole life. And I even considered getting stomach stapling and all those kind of more invasive procedures. But I can tell you, after 2.5 months of this, for the first time in my life, I felt I had some control. I had some semblance of control. I had some semblance of control of my appetite, some semblance of control of my weight, some semblance of control of my health, and most importantly, some semblance of control over my life. And it is the most profound, deep, powerful experience. I can't even explain to you how amazing it is. It really is. It really was an incredible experience for me. So for me, that's something that kind of blew my mind. I was really, really blown away by that feeling. Okay, and I'm not sure if anyone's ever felt that way in any sort of aspect of their health or fitness journey, but it was deep for me. It really made a big difference. And again, if you're joining this, if you're joining this broadcast, by all means, please comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are, because I would love to hear from you as I share the stuff that this is all about. Because I'd love to hear more about what you think about it. And if you're seeing this broadcast, by all means, please share it, because by sharing, we empower one another to take our health journeys to the next level, which in turn helps our professional journeys. So that's really why I'm sharing that. So that to me was a huge, powerful shift in how I was doing things with the keto thing. Now, after that next 21 days, I then got off it, and this time I got a little bit lazy. I started incorporating a little bit of carbs in my life, but where things got out of control was the sugar. There was a wedding on a weekend, and then there was a celebration called Eid within 3 days. I decided, maybe I'll have a treat now. I'll have some sugar now. And that's when things got out of control. It's the sugar that really gets you, because as soon as I started having sugar, one event and the second event, then my appetite started to come back in spades, in huge droves. And then on that third day, I had a huge meal, which, and then by the end of that week, I was eating a lot and having lots of sugar, having tea again, having waffles with syrup, having jam on my bread, all that kind of stuff. So the sugar is the part that I think really, really is the problem in terms of affecting your appetite, affecting your mood, giving you the headaches, giving you the sugar rush. try not to need it. And within about 7 days of getting off of keto and getting the sugar again, I binged. And that felt terrible. I was like, you know what? I need to get back on track. And so right away, and within that, I decided to start another keto challenge. Now it took me 3 days to get to start again because I kept trying, faltering, eating so much. I was always hungry. But then once I started, at this point, I gained 8 pounds back, and that's a lot. Gaining 8 pounds in just like 7 days is a lot of eating, a lot of food. So I gained the weight back, and I started keto again for 30 days. And again, things started to go down again. And in that 30 days, I lost, I think I lost about 15 pounds, and then got to the lowest weight I've been in about 25 years. So that's been a really great experience for me. It's been really awesome. I've really enjoyed that aspect of getting back to a better place for my better way. And thank you, Dane, for commenting. I appreciate the comments on this post. If people want to comment, share their thoughts on the importance of a health journey and sharing their thoughts on what they've struggled with, I'd love to hear from you, because again, I want to hear from people where you're from, what are questions about health and how it applies to your professional lives. Okay, because what I can tell you is that I had more clarity, I had more energy, I had more focus, and even the fact that I felt finally empowered in control of my health means that I have more focus and I start to exert more control on my business success and what I'm trying to do. And I think that's also another big thing that helps tremendously when it comes to working on your health, because again, a better you is a better everything else. I totally believe that. I think it's a huge win for anybody that wants to do that kind of stuff. All right, so that's what happened. Now, after that 30 days ended, again, I went off, and for the longest time, I was eating a little bit and having a little bit of carbs, and I was trying really hard to avoid sugar. But then I got back on tea, and so I had started to have my Timmy's tea, and again, that's where sugar. That's where things go out of control. Now at this point, I'd done keto 3 times, and my plan had been that whenever I get out of control, I will just go back on keto again, because that way, because for me, sustainability, I don't think I can sustain a lifetime of not having rice, pasta, or bread. The thing I miss the most is bread. Pasta, rice, okay, sure, but bread was the thing I missed the most. But I also love rice because I'm a brown guy, and curry is a big part of my life, and so naan and rice, it's just part of our lives wherever I go. So I really didn't want to give it up. What I wanted to do is I wanted to create a sustainable lifestyle where I could still enjoy some of those small things every once in a while as a treat, but that's it. So so I decided, I think the way to go is I will mostly do keto for what I'm doing moving forward, and then I'll go off of it, and I'll see if my appetite stays low. I'll try to see carbs with that mindset shift see it as a treat versus as a base, and then even sugar. Like sugar is something I probably will be like maybe on my birthday or like once a year at Christmas or something like that. Or I'll have some sugar, but otherwise, I'm pretty much determined to get rid of sugar the rest of my life. I don't need it. Hey Zora, good to see you. Thanks for joining in the live stream. So I think sugar can stay out of my life the rest of my life. I don't need it, except for like the rare once or twice a year occasion. But otherwise, yeah, I don't need to have sugar in my life. I mean, I love ice cream, I love jams, but I don't need them. I don't need them in my life, so it's fine. I can see a life without those things. So my plan is to not have sugar, like the rest of my life, except for the odd, occasion once or twice a year. And then for carbs, I'm going to focus on low amounts of carbs. I'm going to focus on complex carbs, and not have carbs be the main base of what I'm eating. The base should always be vegetables and the protein and things like that, and the fats in a proper portion. But if I ever get out of control, or if I feel like I'm losing control, and how do I define that? I'm going to define that by the moment I gain beyond 5 pounds, I'm going to go back on 30 days of keto, and that's going to get me back on track. And I think that's the way to go for me personally. Now, what works for me works different for other people. So if you have something that works for you, by all means, share below what exactly works for you when it comes to eating healthier and building a better mindset and being more alert and more awake. What is it that you do? tea is something, like I said, I have this tea, but tea, I need to be willing to give it up. And I have given up tea before. I gave up tea for 4 months last year. I gave up tea for 3 months this summer, and I started back on again. But tea's a sugar conduit, so I don't need tea. And getting off the caffeine also helps too, because less headaches, more clarity. There's a bit of fatigue the first 2 weeks, but if you can get past that, boom, that's when things can really take off for you. So what I can tell you is that the last 2-3 weeks hasn't been great, and that's the truth. The truth is, I'm back on tea. I was back on having sugar, and I kept delaying. I'm going to start now. So I tried to start keto about a week and a half ago. It failed. Then I tried, and then I decided, okay, you know what? Now Halloween, before Halloween was started right now, and then again it faltered for a variety of reasons. Then I remember on Friday I was like, okay, I'm gonna start keto Friday. And then I went to my mom's house, and they had one of my favorite rice dishes, and I was like, oh man. And so I had it, and I didn't have to, but I did, right? Because I was still weak. But now I can tell you right now, today, this morning, that's it. I'm being accountable right now to everyone here. I'm going to be off. I'm going to start the keto thing today, 30 days. And admittedly, I had tea this morning, and admittedly, I had a lot of carbs for breakfast and an apple, because I love Honeycrisp apples. That was another one that got me, triggered me to get off things. I bought, like, apples were on sale, and I had my favorite apples. But that's it. I've gotten rid of all the carbs in my apartment. I am now ready to commit. So now I'm going to start on this path again. And I have a goal, actually. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be hosting a gala event where I get to wear a tuxedo, and I want to be looking my thinnest, or as one of my friends tells me, a hashtag svelte body. I'm going to try to work on that. And so I'm excited about that. So that's my plan. It's been bad the last 3 weeks. In fact, I've actually been afraid to weigh myself. I have a feeling I've gained even more than the 9 pounds I gained previously. It might be more than 10. I don't know. I promised to share on my Facebook page called Fit in My Life, where I talk about how to get fit in my life, and I share how to make everything fit in my life. And you're welcome to join me there. I won't do it very often on professional sites. Like I'll do it every once a month, maybe. I'll let people know what's going on, or once every couple of weeks. But that's kind of how I do things. And again, thanks, Rob, for the kind word. Appreciate that. Again, I'm trying to be here every 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, to share thoughts from the Power Connection. I plan to interview a bunch of people now. So if you have someone that is an influencer in their space and wants to share their expertise, comment below, tag them, and maybe I'd love to interview them for my broadcasts. I'm looking to do 3 broadcasts per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 2 of them will be interviews. One will be just me sharing stuff on employee engagement and leadership and personal branding and public speaking and entrepreneurship and career development, all the things that I really care about. If you want to learn more from me, you can certainly check out the links below. You can see all the different ways in which to engage me for consulting, speaking, on personal branding, employee engagement, leadership, and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm working on. So in terms of the plan to, and again, if you're just joining in, comment below, let me know where you're from. Ask a question, engage the people on the feed, see if they have things that they might be able to help you with. Ask for questions, ask for help. This is why we do the Power Connection broadcast. It's the reason why I'm doing this broadcast with you, and I'm hoping you'll join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The general time for this is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be somewhere between that 8:30, 9 a.m. type place. And again, if you have other comments, that's great. Oh, okay. So I see a comment, a question already from Mata. Hi, Bobby. Sugar also got me on my keto journey. Did you try stevia? Yeah, that's a great question, Mata. So I did try stevia for my tea. Unfortunately, stevia is very bitter, so it doesn't go very well. I still use stevia in cooking, because once you cook stuff, then you don't really notice the sugar taste of the bitter taste of stevia. It works well in cooking. When it comes to straight tea stuff, it doesn't work very well. So what I did was I decided to just forget tea. And you know what? Caffeine also is not. You don't need caffeine, right? And I don't want to eat chocolate either. So giving up caffeine is actually good. In fact, I did a 30-day challenge a while ago where I gave up caffeine, and I can tell you the same thing. Lots of headaches, lots of muscle fatigue for 2-3 weeks. But then once the caffeine's out of your system, more alertness, more energy, no need for that coffee. I just got my bottle of water, and I am happy to go, right? So for me, Giving up caffeine, giving up sugar, giving up all those things actually works in the long run better for me. So, my blood sugar went down tremendously by being on keto. I normally had a blood sugar between 6.5 and 8. And then and the lowest I've ever been during my best times was 5.9. And when I was doing keto and I wasn't eating any sugar and no carbs, my blood sugar levels were hitting 4.7, 4.3. Like that is like normal range. I've never had that in 10 years. So it was really exciting to kind of be at that point, and I really, really loved it. So I definitely see a ton of benefit here. The other thing I'll also say in terms of my updates is I had my keto journey vetted by 2 doctors. One is my family doctor. He's like, look, Bobby, you're having some success. Again, monitor your blood pressure, because one of the things I have my blood pressure went down. It was normally pretty high, or on average to like on the high end of normal, and it went down. It was normally 120 over 85 or 80, but lately it was at 110 over 70, which I've never had that low before. But he's like, just monitor that, make sure it doesn't go too low. The second thing was he's like, just see how you feel in terms of your energy levels, and and if you feel like you need to eat something, but like monitor your blood sugar. And then I went to my diabetes doctor, and he said again, and he was like, I saw him for 3 months. He said, Bobby, these results are crazy. Either you're really sick or you're doing something amazing. So I was excited to share with him my results. And I said, okay, dude, my family doctor says okay, but I need to hear from you. What is the deal with keto? Is it okay? And he's like, Bobby, if you're having results like this, it's working for you, all power to you, because your blood sugar is down, your cholesterol is down, your triglycerides are down, your weight is down. These are going to benefit you long term. That said, he's like, that said, because he says whatever works for you is great, because every single person has something that'll work for them, and some people have things that won't work for them. So he said, that said, number one, track your blood pressure, because right now I see it's lower, so I want to make sure you track it. Number 2, track your blood sugar, and number 3, you may have ketoacidosis issues, so you have to monitor that. And what I would tell you is that one of your drugs you're using called Jardiance, it actually increases ketoacidosis. So because your blood sugar is so low, and because it adds some risk, I'm happy to take you off this. So now instead of having 3 drugs, you're now down to 2 drugs. And if you keep it up and your cholesterol goes down, maybe you can get off that second drug. And I think you're going to be in a really, really good spot. And I'm like, wow. And I was super excited about that. And he's like, I officially approved keto. And I'm like, thank you. So now I have 2 doctors, including my specialist, who have approved my keto lifestyle. And so that and the success I've had has validated this is a methodology that can work for me. It may not work for everybody, but it works for me, and I'm a huge advocate of it. And I'm happy to keep people updated on my Facebook Fit My Life group. I update people there more often than I do anywhere else, and I'll still once in a while share things on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and let people know how things are going. But that's kind of what my plan is. So today I'm starting, and if anyone has any suggestions or any sort of advice around keto or health journeys or eating, by all means, I'd love to hear from you. Just share your thoughts. And thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Richard's like, boom, that's amazing, Bobby. Well, I think that, and I want to get the control back, because I like having the control. Certain parts of our lives are busy, lives are stressful, and it's difficult for us to maintain that semblance of control and balance, and we get overwhelmed with things. And I'm definitely one who gets overwhelmed sometimes with all the stuff on my plate. So having that control is a really good feeling. Like, even if everything else is out of control, or I'm having trouble with the kids one day, or I'm having trouble with something else one day, or I lose a client, having the control of being able to, keep my appetite, my weight, and my health under control, that to me is a really, really good thing. So I'm excited to get back on this journey. And by being on this broadcast, I'm making myself accountable. And ultimately, I want this success story to be part of my story, to be part of my brand, to be part of my legacy, to say, this is what I've been able to do. Not only have I helped myself, but I've helped others with the same progress and the same journey for people who are struggling with their weight. Like, if you're struggling with your weight, struggling with your health, struggling with your mindset, I've now been able to help hundreds of people with the stuff I've done, with messages and programs and support. And I'm hoping to even make this part of my overall, one of my keynotes. I'm going to actually start talking about this out there to help as many people as I can to just start, to build a better mindset, to get the support they need, ask for help, have the courage to understand that it's okay to struggle. I've been there. I've struggled my whole life. I've struggled the last 5-6 years when I started my whole health journey. I've struggled last year, even with keto. Struggle is real. Struggle is always going to happen. But you have to keep at it and talk to people and ask for help and get talking about it. That's why I'm here today. I'm talking about it because I want to make myself accountable. I also want to put it out there for other people if they want to join the journey. And if anyone on this broadcast has thoughts or ideas to support people, by all means, comment below. Let us know what are some of your tips and tricks. What are some insights you've had? What is your story when it comes to your health journey, to weight journeys, to whether you try keto or CrossFit or paleo or whatever it is you're working on? Share your story, share your journey, and let's help everyone on this live stream as well as future ones where we can help people take their healthy living, healthy eating lives and journey to the next level. That's really what I really want to do and what I care about, and I hope I can help as many people as I can. So when it comes to the first step, I think for me, it would be great to, like I need to focus on what am I going to eat now, right? Because it's that protein, vegetables, fats. I got to make sure I have the right the plan in place, because failing the plan is planning to fail. If I don't put a plan together, I'm not going to do as well. That's really a very, very common challenge for those who do this. Those who are struggling, they fail to have that plan, and it takes work. Got to get the groceries. You got to put together the food plan. You got to start making the food and grill the chicken, make all that food, grill the vegetables, make all the food that is going to support you. Get rid of all the food that are triggers, right? So I got rid of all the apples. I got rid of all the bread that I love. And so now my wife buys bread that only she likes that I don't like, and we don't buy apples anymore. Because those are all triggers for me. And Richard says, I'd love to see you put together a course. If you do, happy to help you crush it. You mean a course on like keto and healthy living? I never even thought of that, Richard. That would be interesting to do. Yeah, maybe we should book a call and talk about how that would work. I hadn't even thought about that. Sometimes I wonder, maybe I should do I make a course when I haven't. I mean, sure, I've had success, but I haven't actually hit the full success, right? So for me, and that's a good question. When do I feel like I've had enough success and I've built something sustainable that I think I can do in my lifetime? What I can tell you is that every single time I do a new health initiative, and I've done many over the last 6 years, and I've tried everything. Trust me. Like, don't tell me, Bobby, try gluten-free, try keto, try CrossFit, try shakes. I've tried everything. And one of the best things everyone tells me is drink water. No problem. I'll drink lots of water. But the best I've ever had was 7 months of success. So for me, if I can get through an entire year, I can get through Christmas, Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, summer barbecues, vacations, road trips, weddings, all the things that we excuse ourselves to eat poorly. If I can get past an entire year of this cycle, then I know I found something sustainable, and I know I can do it. And so for me, that's my goal. I started this in June. I want to take it all the way to June. I want to get through Christmas because that's always hard. I want to get all the way to June and take it down to even the fall, because then I'll be okay. I've done 16 months of this with great success. Now I know I've done good stuff. And then Richard, maybe I'll make a course. I don't mind making a course now on how to get started and deal with the challenges and find that balance. I think it's a good way to create a course, maybe like a beginner course, Richard, to basic. Here's the first basic 3 weeks, 4 weeks of what you need to do. Michael says, Bobby, totally agree with you, and thank you. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad that you are there and you're sharing stuff. Anyone else is joining us, this is my Power Connection chat, my daily broadcast. If you're joining us, let us comment below. Let us know where you're from. Tag people, join the conversation. Share your thoughts and questions around healthy eating, healthy living, how it applies to your professional lives, because I want to hear from you. And I'm also here to help people. If people have questions about keto, both the good and the bad, if they have issues or doubts around it, this is where I want to be able to help people, because again, a better you is a better everything else. And if we work on your health and your wellness, everything else is going to be healthier and more weller around you in your workplace. So that's really why I'm so passionate about sharing this kind of stuff. All right. So if you have questions, let me know. If you have questions after the broadcast is over, you can certainly comment after it's over and tag me, and you can tag other people too, because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can with their professional journeys. And if you are tuning in I'm talking about keto and my keto update, my health update. I'm definitely very committed to this, and that's why I keep talking about it. But again, the Power Connection channel is meant to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to share ideas on employee engagement, leadership, personal brand, public speaking, career development, and things like that. And if you have, and I'll be interviewing people too to add to complement the stuff that I'm bringing to the table. Richard, maybe you and I could do a broadcast together. That'd be kind of fun. I'd love to interview you. Why not, right? You're one of those people that I admire in the work you're doing. And if you know anyone else that's an expert in their field that's got great influence and wants to share their thoughts and with my audience, comment below, tag them, and let's bring them as part of the conversation because I'd love to see kind of what they're doing. All right, so I think that's all I've got for today, guys. It looks like we had a kind of quiet day today, not too many people join in, but if you join in after this is over, by all means, please comment and tag and let people know what you're up to, what you're sharing. You can certainly ask questions. You can tag me and I will answer. If you tag me and ask a question, I will answer every single question, okay? And I will be back here. I'm going to try to be back here on Wednesday in the morning, and then I'll also try to come back on Friday as well. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you did you like my my new cover page? Let me show you that. Hope you like this. Here it is. So hope you enjoy that. And yes, today's the broadcast is sponsored by DYP Discovery Personal Brand and by Social Live. As I'm sharing all this great content, I'm using the platform to broadcast, and it's been great. It's been great. It's been a great partnership, and I appreciate what they've been doing for me to get to use live streaming to share with the world and get people to join the conversation. So I'm looking forward to talking to all of you again. Share your comments and questions below, and if you have anything else you want to need from me, let me know, and I will do my best to answer. You can certainly put your questions and tag me, tag other people below, and let's get the conversation going. Wish you all the best. Have a happy Monday, happy week, and I'll see you on Wednesday, and wish you guys all the best. And the last thing I'll say is if you need more support, check my links below in the actual thing so you can see my company page, you can see my profile, you can also see my couple websites there. Need more support for speaking, consulting, let me know. I'm happy to help as many people as I can. All right? Wish you all the best. Talk soon. Bye-bye.